Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katrina with Katrina and Her Budget, and I am on a journey to become debt-free. And if you're new here, please go ahead and like and subscribe so you can follow along with me and enjoy this journey with me. So what I'm doing is I'm in the process of trying to get out of debt, as well as to become more mindful of where my money is going every single month. I tend to overspend, and so I've decided to try a new way. This is my first month in this journey, and so there's definitely going to be growing pains, and there has been some growing pains, but we're moving along. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we're going to be stuffing $505. So let's go ahead and count that out. So we have 100, 200, 300, 320, 340, 360, 380, 400, 420, 440, 450, 460, 470, 480, 485, 490, 495, 500, $505. So we'll go ahead and put these up. So I hope everyone is having a good week. Today is Thursday, so we're at the end of the work week for me. Tomorrow is my last day, and I am very, very much looking forward to the weekend. I am supposed to go boating on Saturday, and so I'm actually pretty excited about that. So it should be a fun time. I haven't been boating for a few weeks. I'm going out with some friends, so it should be interesting. So let's go ahead and see what I have left over from my last week for my spending. So these are my variable funds. So for gas, I don't have anything. I actually went over in gas. I had to fill up right after the beginning of the 2 weeks ago. So it's definitely had to go through gas, and gas up in Washington is crazy expensive. I think we just were at like $4 and we just dropped below that. So we have high gas prices here. Groceries, I had nothing left over. Fun money, I did have some money left over, which I'm highly surprised I had that. So that is 20, 21, 22, 23, $24. So I'm going to set that aside, and it's going to be used in my cash stuffing video for my for all of my savings challenges. So that'll get put aside for now. I do have some money that should have been deposited, but because this was my first month of doing this, I ended up with a larger buffer in my checking account at the beginning of the month than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the money that I was originally supposed to deposit, and I'm going to put it into my cash savings challenges. So I had 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, $101 that I ended up that I had extra. So that is going to be really nice to be able to put into my savings challenges. So, and then I have my receipts, and then I don't keep my change in this wallet. I actually just keep it in my purse. So I went ahead and grabbed that. So I will grab all my change so we can put that in this jar. I actually was trying to decide what I wanted to do with the change, if I was going to just keep it and then add it up at the end, like when the jar gets full. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just fill up the jar, and then I'm going to give it to my daughter, and it's going to be her money. So she has quite a bit of change, and she really likes piggy banks. So I think this will be, oops, I just dropped one. I think she will really enjoy having the change. So that is what I've decided to do with that. So this is just it's just a mason jar. I just thought this would be good. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Set that aside. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the cash stuffing part of it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is for gas. And for gas, originally, so the first time I did $50, and it just didn't seem like quite enough. I realized that I've been driving around a lot more than normal, so I'm gonna go ahead for this next 2 weeks and do $75. So that'll be a 50, 20, and 25. So 50, 20, 25, so $75. I found that I am driving more than I thought. Even though my work is real close, in the evenings, because I don't have my daughter right now, I've been going and hanging out with friends, so driving's been happening. Groceries, I'm gonna do the normal 150 that I do for that. And that seems to be about right for me for 2 weeks. Now I'm paid bi-monthly, and so when I do my cash stuffing, it's for the next 2 weeks, so that's why it's probably a little bit higher. I can't do it every week. I wouldn't do very good at cash stuffing for that, and I need to do something that works for me, so this is what I think is going to work best for me. Then for fun money, I went over last month, so I decided I should probably up that a little bit, so I'm going to do 70 for fun money, so 50, 70. And that is it for this binder. This is my wallet that I take with me everywhere. So then next we'll go ahead and move on to my sinking funds. And I keep all of my sinking funds in one binder right now because I just don't have enough to make it really worth it for me to have more than one binder. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I want to do it, remember this up just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so rent isn't going to get any money because I pull money out for rent at the first of the month. I eventually want to get ahead on that, but right now we're just going to leave it. For Christmas, Christmas is going to get 25. So that is going to be let's do that. Okay. I already had, today is the 15th. I already had 500 some money in my Christmas fund, so I just went ahead and put a placeholder in here for this. So and then I didn't put a placeholder, so I actually have $582, but I didn't put a placeholder in for that because for the $82. So I'll eventually get that off once I do the next 100 and I can put it in here, then I'll just go ahead and do that. So we have an extra it was 582. Hold on just a second, let me figure this out. So 582 plus 25, so it should be 607. So I guess I could, but when I do the condensing, I'll fix that. So we're just gonna add it. We're not gonna do the math on that right now, but it should be 607 when it's all said. Oh, and I even had another 5 in there that I totally missed. This is all learning for me, so we'll get through all these growing pains. The same thing with my daughter's flight. I already had money in the bank, and I just don't see the point of pulling the money out to put it in here to just go ahead and put it back in. So my daughter, I don't know if you have looked at if you've seen any of my previous videos, you would see, but my daughter lives in Colorado this year, and she flies back and forth between Colorado and Washington, and so I have to buy her plane tickets, and so I save for that. So right now she has $448 in the bank, and we're gonna add another 25. So I'm not going to count this one out yet, just because once I get this up to 500, then I'll put it to the bank, and then we'll have the correct amount of money in there. So we'll do 448 plus 25 gives you 473. That should go with that. Trash, I'm not going to add anything to today. For the emergency fund, I'm going to go ahead and add $25. And I actually added, just in the bank itself, I added $475. So we should go ahead and add that. So 470 plus 475 plus the 25 gives us 970. Should be 500 here. Today is the 15th. I just keep forgetting that. Okay, so we'll add this here. Lots of fives on this one. All right, so for the future house, those are the only ones that I have money already in the bank for. So for future house, we're going to add $30. No, we're gonna add $10. Sorry. So that is gonna give us 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, which is what it should be. So we're adding $10, which gives us $60. And now this is just for when I eventually, right now I rent, and so eventually I want to buy a house, and so this is just to kind of get started on that and just put some money away for that. Cart maintenance isn't going to get anything. Travel is going to get 25. Oh, I did say that there was another one. This one I forgot. I do have money in the bank for that as well still. So when it gets up to 500, everything will wash out and I'll be able to put a 500 slip in here. So we're gonna add 25. Oh, this is 25 here. So 246 plus 25 gives us 271. Oh. I'm not going to count it out because it's not worth counting it out until we get to the 500 and everything starts to make more sense in these. But that's kind of part of starting this budget, is that I already have money set aside that I've been kind of doing electronically, and now this is where I'm going to actually start looking, like physically getting to see it, because I think that's going to help me have more control over where I see my money going. So subscriptions are going to not get anything this time, I think. I'll have to, I don't remember. So birthdays are gonna get $10. And I don't have these, this is the next ones are new folders, and so they're gonna have to get added. So we're gonna start the adding subtractions sheet. I don't know what that's called actually. So it's gonna be 10, so our balance is 10 for birthdays, which is a good start for that. There isn't anyone's birthdays coming up anytime soon, so we're okay to start building slowly. Household is going to get 30. And so for household, it's just for items around the house that I'm gonna need or that I think I'm gonna need. Decorations, not that I really decorate my house. I'm not really into decorations or anything like that, but if I need something, or like if I want containers or things like that, that's what this will come from. For month ahead, I'm trying to get ahead a little bit, so that's gonna be 10. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And so for the last 50, I don't have a I don't have a folder for it, but the last 50 is actually going to go from my chiropractor. And so, oh no, that's not what it is. The 50 is going to go to subscriptions. That's where it goes. I remember that now. So let's find the subscriptions. I'll put the 50 in there. Yep. And I didn't print out another tracker, so I'll have to do that later. Okay. So that is actually it for all of my cash stuffing. There's not a lot. Like I've said before in a previous video, I am trying to start out real slow and try to really kind of intentionally be very cautious about where I put my money. I don't have a lot of extra income, and so I'm trying to be very mindful of that. So I'm trying every week to do a video once a week. So one week will be for cash stuffing all of my bills, and then the next week will be showing all of my savings challenges, and then possibly with the savings challenges doing some on stuffing when I have to take things back to the bank, but we'll kind of play it by ear and see where that goes for that. So that's it. It's probably a pretty short video. I don't have a lot right now, but I think this is a good start. So like I said at the beginning of the video, if you really would like to see where I'm going with this journey and watch me and follow along, I'd really appreciate it, and I would love for you to subscribe and to like and leave comments. I want to really interact, but it's kind of building up that whole process. So I really hope to see you the next time. Have a good night.